What's going on YouTube? On today's video, we're gonna go over my favorite Sega Genesis intros. And you're going, Joel, what are you talking about? It pops out the little Sega logo and says Sega. But what if I told you that some video games out there actually had their own intros? And today I'm gonna give you my top 10 favorite ones of all time. There's so many games out there. I mean, there was a lot that I went through and I was kind of freaking out because I could maybe make a video of 20, 30, 40 of them because I think in total there's gonna be like 50 different intros and stuff like that from the games. So you saw different characters on it. It was very cool. Something different from Sega compared to like Super Nintendo where it was just the original, just the Super Nintendo logo, or PlayStation with the iconic, PlayStation logo that came out. We actually had a short that you guys were able to comment on what video games did you think about when the Sega logo came out. I want to know in the comments there below here as well. What is your favorite Sega game of all time? I mean, obviously, I love the controller, man. This is the best controller, I think. The 6-button one was the best one. But that's a different topic. We did a tier list on that one. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. But here are my top 10 intros. And we're going to go with the first one right now. Jurassic Park. All right, now we've seen many times a Tyrannosaurus Rex when it does a little sound, it goes, put your volume up, it goes, or whatever. Hearing a T-Rex say Sega was funny as hell, and I think it was maybe one of the funniest things that Sega could have done. The game was actually good as well, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is probably one of those intros that made you think like, oh, you're hear like roar, but nope, you heard him say Sega, which is a little different, but a lot of fun as well. The next one that I have right now is a little different, and if you haven't played this game, it's pretty cool. It's Ryar. I like it's very simplistic, all right? You had the little moon on the bottom, you had little stars around, it came out with that white glowing logo, and then it turned into blue. I think it was very iconic. It did its toll for it. I think that, it kind of resonates with the game as well. So it was a pretty cool intro. Not the best, but one of the cool ones that I liked out there. Number 8, where can we go? Look, I'm wearing a Disney shirt. I'm wearing a Powerline shirt right now. But Disney's Mickey Mania did the right thing. They had the little pencil coming out, drawing the Sega logo. It's kind of like the iconic Mickey Mouse, the ears that they go like this, and they draw the ears, which is Mandela effects out there right now that Tinkerbell never dropped the little thing and stuff fell everywhere. I still think she did, but they're saying that she didn't. But Mickey Mania, I think that they did an amazing job with the Sega logo. Very simplistic, but very cool. Let me know if you guys like that as well. We're gonna go into the next one. And this one, man, I could have put this one maybe in the top 5. But there's so many good ones, but Toe Jam and Earl. Seeing the rocket ship just going by, flying over the Sega logo, starting from the A, going all the way down and flying back down. It just brought a whole vibe into it of like how the games were. And I really enjoyed how they incorporated that into this logo and stuff like that. I think that Sega really did a lot when they were trying to do these games and trying to make sure that they were little aspects of these games. So I liked it a lot. It was very cool. Toe Jam and Earl being number 7 for me. The next one we have. It's a little devil. It's called Tasmanian Devil. Seeing him running around the screen and actually chomping on the S was actually pretty funny. And then he's touching his stomach, like he's full. I think that was very cool of Sega to do that. Number 1, for him to eat the logo is also funny as hell. The game was actually good. I like the Tasmanian game, but just seeing that whole entire iconic beginning, it kind of makes you want to like, oh man, what is he gonna do in the game? And really bring you into it as well. Before we get to the top 5, there is one that I have to admit was actually almost making it to the top 10. And it's no other than the NFL 95 logo.
Where you going?
And the funny thing about it, as you can see it, it's literally a football player running, smacks into the S and falls back. That's something that, I mean, we've seen that in football before. It's like the buff fumble from Mark Sanchez. We've all seen that. But that was funny as hell. I think that was very creative from them. There's a lot of ones for baseball as well with the baseball player. There's, I think, Pele hits the soccer ball as well. There's so many different ones with sports. I thought the sports one were great, but on the top 10, not really. It's an honorable mention for me. If you guys like the sports ones, let me know. But number 5, I mean, they picked the right sound. They picked the right images. Is Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy, I mean, having the iconic little hat, you know, with the little, you know, marching and stuff like that going onto the screen, and the music that they were playing with it, it just brings it 100% what the game was all about. And not only the game, actually the TV show. And if you notice, half of these, you know, Sega logos all came from either TV shows or movies. I mean, I think the rights were given to them so they could do something cool with it. And I think they nailed it 100% with the Ren and Stimpy one. If you nail it with Ren and Stimpy, you got to nail it with another one out there. And it's no other than Beavis and Buttad. Yes, the duo trying to get rock concert tickets to go to see Gwar at the concert venue. I honestly gotta think that this was great seeing Buttad come out there, hit the Sega logo, and make his iconic laugh and just keep on walking off the screen. I think it was very iconic. It was very good. For people that watched the show back in the day, it was something that they were just like, this is exactly what I would expect from a Beavis and Buttad video game. So very good job on that one. We're going to our top 3. And here's where it gets a little weird because the number 3 video, or actually Sega logo, had 2 games. It had a part 1 and a part 2. Part 2 was pretty cool, all right? It's all Earthworn Jim. Earthworn Jim was playing a little serenade music. You know, the girl was there on the GA. But the first one was so great. He's there trying to show off his muscles. He's there flexing like Hulk Hogan, brother. But then all of a sudden, he ends up dropping his pants, showing his underwear, and it just got to the point that I was laughing. It brings out a lot of character to the Earthworn Jim games, and I think it was just top of line. Good start from Sega with that one. And this is where I got very difficult. And I think the reason why I get number one is because of certain reasons, but we'll go to that one. Number 2 is a game that we played live on stream, a game that I actually enjoy, a game that I think is better than the Super NES version. Was no other than Aladdin, and seeing the genie go up in the air and shoot, and then obviously Iago just falling all the way down was just great. That was exactly what you needed to hear. You had to have that comic relief from Aladdin, which you had a lot of it. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. I think he was one of the best comedic actors out there, obviously next to Jim Carrey, but it was great to see that on there. I think it really brought that element into the game, makes you want to be into it a lot more. Again, I said it right now, the Sega Genesis version of Aladdin was 100 times better than the Super NES version. If you guys think it is, let me know. If you guys don't think it is, well then, I mean, you're wrong. And last but not least is no other than Eternal Champions. I actually own a copy of Eternal Champions, just the full game with the instruction manual and everything like that. The reason this game was so good was because it had different intros for every character pretty much in the game. Every character had pretty much their own way of blowing up the Sega logo because they were blowing away the competition and telling Mortal Kombat, we're better than you, trust us. I loved it. I think it was great marketing for it. It really gave you an idea of all the characters. So when you were playing mostly, let's say, one character, and then you turn on the system again and you see another one come out and they're doing something cool, you're like, you know what? Let me try that character now. So it really was, I think, one of the best intros for the Sega Genesis of all time for me. I love Sega doing this. I love how they were really the revolutionary for a lot of the video game systems out there for us. I think they tried a lot of things. They failed. And then obviously other systems came out with their own versions. and obviously succeeded from it, but I think Sega Genesis did a very good job. I like these 10 intros out there. I want to know from you guys, which intro do you remember back in the day from the Sega Genesis that you love so much? Is it part of my top 10 or my honorable mention, or is it another game that is not listed here? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, guys, we're going to have a bunch of other videos coming out. Hope you enjoy this one. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to check out this one right here, because trust me, you'll enjoy it as well. And yes, that is Brett, the Hitman Heart, right there in that box. The best there is, the best there was, the best there will be. Peace out, gamers.